Hello, 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 everyone. It is me, it is I, it is she, it is her, it is thee, it is who, it is Rosie Rosette 2020. Pow. Listen, did you hear about that month-long operation called Boo DaT in New Orleans where there was five missing girls and they arrested 30 people? Oh, you haven't heard about it? Okay, let's put it on. Here we go. Here we go.
Meanwhile, this morning, five missing teenage girls are thankfully back home and they are safe thanks to a massive law enforcement operation in the New Orleans area. The girls were found in a months-long operation known
I
as
wonder
Boo
why
DaT,
it
which
take a month.
spanned multiple agencies, including the U.S.
Sorry for
Marshal
I can't
Service, New
keep
Orleans
it
Police
holding right.
Department, and the Louisiana State Police. The ages of the victims range from 14 to 17 years old. In all, some 30 suspects were rounded up. 17 of those suspects are charged with felony sex offender registration violations.
30 people. 30 people. Wait, there was this YouTuber.
Five girls
Here we go.
found and 30 adults arrested in sex trafficking bust in New Orleans. Hello, everyone. This is Justice Project.
Hi, Justice. Thank you.
Five missing teen girls that were considered endangered were found in a lengthy month-long rescue by multiple agencies in Louisiana. The operation, titled Boo DaT, involved multiple agencies. The girls, ranging in age from 14 to 17, were located in a variety of places. Two of the girls were sisters, ages 15 and 16. Among those arrested were Jason Matthew Zeller, Leander LaFrance Jr., Jeremiah Sean Prater, David Philip Nettit,
Oh,
Robert
Lord.
Paul
Look at
Heedle,
him.
Benjamin Daniel Evans, Brian
With his
Finsetto
clients?
Angeletta, Gary Allen Layton, the John Joseph Down, David Freeman Boyle, Jolene Veronica Parks, Ray Lester Colbert, Kendall Dural Spriggs, Sean Michael Jackson, Jamone Albert Wilson, Patrick
This is a
Hawley
shame.
Joseph, James Owens, Supreme III, Terry Anthony Lewis, Lionel
these
Bailey,
crackers?
Dexter Cottrell Gibson, Jamie Crystal
Look at
Washington,
her.
and Lamonte Versal Morris. We're pleased to report that these people were arrested for what they were doing. We pray that they're held accountable in this situation, and we pray for the victims also. Thank God that they were rescued.
This is just disgusting. So, what were those 30 individual men doing to these kids? It took them a month and several agencies to crack this case. It's just disgusting. You can't trust anyone. Five missing girls. Five missing girls. Well, thank gosh. Thank goodness that they were able to get him. Let me see if I can get one more. Let me see.
Rescued five missing teenage girls in a months-long multi-agency operation and arrested 30 sex offenders, 6 of them wanted for sex crimes against minors. Operation Boo DaT took place between October and December in the New Orleans area. Joining us now is Deputy Marshal Brian Fair of the Eastern District of Louisiana. The marshals led this operation. Tell us a little bit about how you were able to bring it to this successful conclusion.
Well, we do this operation on a yearly basis, and it's successful mainly because of the partnerships we have with all the different participating law enforcement agencies and through support from our local Crime Stoppers office as well.
Yeah, Deputy Fair, I know that you got five young teenagers in this thing. The missing teens found. Are there reliable numbers, sir, on how many more teens might be out there in these sex rings?
I don't have those numbers. I know that our office recovered 43 teens last year in
43.
fiscal year 2021, that we made that many recoveries. Our work is based on requests from
43.
local law enforcement or state law enforcement to assist. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children may have better figures on that.
I know that this requires a lot of coordination and that you had help from all of these different entities, like you mentioned, for example, including the Sheriff's Office, Louisiana State Police as well. I also wanted to ask you about, just to reflect on this for us, of the girls rescued, they ranged in ages from 14 to 17. Two of the victims were sisters, and according to the CNN report, may be victims of adults' felony criminal sexual activities as well. So We know that they were rescued from a pretty terrible situation. Where do they go after they are rescued?
They were turned over to local law enforcement in the Baton Rouge, Louisiana area where they were recovered. So from that point, they may be turned over to child services for further action. I can't really comment on that case much more. It's still under investigation.
I wonder, in that case where you have two sisters, 15 and 16 years old, Deputy, and I know you're going after the rings themselves, what about the parents? Is there any accountability for the parents' involvement here?
Well, in this particular case, the children ran away from the parents or from whoever had custody of them. So on this particular instance, the parents didn't necessarily have anything to do with that matter.
I have one last question for you. I've always been a big admirer of the U.S. Marshal Service. For anyone watching today thinking about a career in law enforcement, make your pitch. Why join the Marshals?
We're the oldest federal law enforcement agency in America. There's a different variety of work you can do. Every day of the week it could be different. You could be doing judicial security, protection details, apprehending fugitives. So every day can be different in our agency. And like I said, it's been a very enjoyable job, and we're the oldest federal law enforcement agency.
And you guys do it very well. Thank you so much, Brian Fair, and thanks for what you did.
Great work. Thank you, Deputy Fair.
Wow. So, okay. So, well, at least the parents didn't put him out on this track or whatever, because they do that. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. That's common. That's common, especially today with all this homelessness. And I have to do another video in Afghanistan. Times are getting so bad down there that they have to sell their kids. Some people are electing to sell their kids because they can't afford to feed for $300. So that they can have food on their tables for $300. But that's a whole nother video. Hopefully I'll be able to do that tomorrow. But yeah, this is really bad. And did you hear that they said that last year in 2020, I guess this happened. They caught the people in 2021, probably at the end of 2021, but in 2020 they caught 43 individuals. They captured or they rescued 43 kids in the New Orleans area. 43 kids. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. But imagine how many kids are being sex trafficked. Not just girls. Honey, they're selling boys, and I think isn't boys more expensive than girls? And you know what? The younger they are, that's top dollar. People are sick. People are really sick. I'm not talking about little kids doing the oochie coochie. No. I'm talking about grown men and women having sexual pleasures with kids. Underage kids, 14, 15, and the oldest was 17. Kids, they putting them out on the track. Did you see those men that they had? Oh my goodness. But you never know, honey. Because I was in a Mexican restaurant in San Jose. I think it was a Mexican restaurant. And something happened, and I was talking to, I think, the owner or the manager or something like that. And he was telling me that a lot of these women, that were working or whatever, they were from Mexico. They were Mexican. Or were they from Mexico or, somewhere they were Latina. He said a lot of them are really young, but they look old because they've been through so much. They've been through so much. Like, Mexico ain't no joke, y'all. It ain't. I've heard some stories about Mexico. It ain't no joke. Now I'm not talking about Los Algodones. Not where I'm, want to get my teeth done. No, I'm talking about like deep in Mexico, whatever. Life is hard. It's hard. It really is, and women, I don't think they're as respected, or they don't have as many rights as they do in America. And life is really hard, but it's hard in America too, don't get me wrong, but we have a lot of protection. the cartel. I don't know if the cartel is still running in Mexico or whatever. I don't know. The drug cartel. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, to have this going on in New Orleans, I'm just like, oh my goodness. But you know what is happening in where I live? That's why they closed a lot of those. That's where I used to get my feet done. Those happy ending massage places. Now I got to go to Vegas to get a deep tissue massage. Oh, I used to get it for dirt cheap. But yeah, no, it's all bad. It's all bad. But did you see those disgusting looking men and women? I'm like, oh no. No, you don't. That's not how you're going to heaven. But you know what? These drugs have these people gone, completely gone. And you ask me why I don't do drugs? Well, I rarely drink. These people, you can't. They want a cigarette. They want weed. They want coke. They want meth. They want crystal, whatever. I don't need all that. I do not. I got drug myself, but for my pain. I'm scared to take them every day or whatever, because I'm not trying to get hooked. I'm not trying to get hooked. It ain't that serious to me. Oh no, no. Oh no, ma'am. I'll thug it out. I'll thug out this plan until I get whatever operation or whatever the plan is or whatever. But no, I'm not. No, you're not gonna catch me on drugs. I have seen in my family, close in my family, they get on that stuff and they're gone. They're gone. It's not that serious to me. They gotta have a good time or whatever is going on in your life that you don't want to face. Look, I'm facing whatever. I mean, I ain't the perfect person. I got a couple past due overdue bills or whatever, but I'm facing whatever. I'm looking you right in your eye. The doctor was like, "Oh, are you depressed? Because my injury." Said, "No, I'm in pain. There's a difference. Don't have me get up on you. Don't have me get up on you. These people get on drugs and they do all these crazy things. I heard about up in San Francisco. You got to do some strange things for some change in the homeless population, and they like men more than they like women. I mean, I know there's a large gay population in San Francisco. I'm not talking about Castro. I'm talking about 10 cities, the 10 cities or whatever. They say they be doing some freaky deaky stuff. And then they put these girls, out and have hundreds of thousands of men are running in. What happened to soft white underbelly? Is that still? Because I know I got. What? I missed that channel. Some of the things that I used to hear. Is it still on soft white underbelly? Okay. Okay, I haven't. Wow, he's at 2.68 million. I remember when he first started out. Now that man is at 2.68 billion. Maybe I shouldn't subscribe because it was just kind of depressing. I wonder why I don't have that on my thing. But anyway, well, good that they, those 5 girls were rescued, and those 30 people, I think 17 out of 30 people were arrested or something like that. 30, no, they captured 30 something. The 5 girls are rescued, and we can, be happy for that. But that's 5 out of thousands. There's thousands of men, young men and women who have been kidnapped, captured, or whatever. I don't know what this thing is. Who's wanting these people? You know what I gotta do? I have to be an advocate. They gave me Silicon Valley. I gotta be an advocate for these kids. That's one thing. That's one resolution that I need to do. I need to put that on the block. I need to become an advocate and stand up for these kids who don't have nobody to stand up for. And I'm a good candidate to do that. Oh yeah, I got some balls. I got some big kahunas, honey. All right, that's it. Thank goodness. Hopefully we can get more stories, getting these kids out of these situations and arresting these slime buckets that are putting these kids in this situation. Anyway, this is my last video. I'm about to go and look at Power, and I will do a recap. I can't do for some reason I can't get myself to do a short recap of Power. I don't know why. I don't know why. Because I don't want to forget any detail. You know what I'm saying? Because everything. Well, let me go. Bye. I'll talk to you later.